I'm joined on set by Welensky Kaseke, a filmmaker. Hi, Welensky, and welcome to Morning Rush.
Hello, how are you?
Very well indeed. How's the going and how's the year progressing on your end?
It's quite well.
I know you've got much to tell us.
Yeah.
Tell us about your expedition in filmmaking, how it started and how you've gotten to be here.
Well, it's a fun story. How it started actually, in 2015, I was in school and I decided...
where was that?
In Sega 6 High School.
Sega 6 High
Yes.
School in the UK. Chitungisa.
Exactly. So I decided, you know what, when I finish my O-level, I'm going to go Kumusha and farm beans.
Okay.
So that I can make my first movie. Mm-hmm. And if you remember correctly, 2016, I'm sure it didn't rain.
Yes, that's when we had the last El Nino.
Yeah. So the crops died and the hopes died up until 2018 when I met Leo, I met Clinton Zemnyasi, I met Maxon Mtonga, and so many talented people at McCleary, and we decided, you know what, we need to do this. We need to make our own movies. So that's actually how we started. We started making films with cell phones until we could borrow cameras from friends, and yeah, that's how we started.
Absolutely amazing. My question is, what inspired you to take this expedition, as it were?
Well, like every artist, I think when you see something, when you see a form of art that stimulates your mind, it just comes to you at once, and you're like, you know what, I need to do this. I think if I do it in a unique way, it's going to come out very nice. So I think that's what, because at that time I was exposed to YouTube, and I was watching a lot of YouTube tutorials because I was just fascinated on how movies are made. And right then and there, I just said, you know what, as soon as I finish school, I'm going to make my own movie.
Well, somebody said what you look at longest becomes strongest in your mind, and you find yourself replicating that, and that has become true in your case. Now, let's talk about how it is that you're also into music, a master of all trades and jack of none, isn't it?
Yeah. So my music journey also started in 2018 as well, because...
No, okay.
When I was looking into film, I was also looking into some other things that I do well, because I actually started as a musician. I started music in 2008.
2008?
Yeah, I was still in grade 6.
I want to hear about that. Tell me more.
Yeah. No, it was just banging desks and making noises in class, yeah. So I was looking for ways in which I can fuse those talents into making a masterpiece. And the best masterpiece that I could think of at that time was a movie. So I started composing. I started looking into how soundtracks are made, how soundtracks are written, and I just started making music for film.
Absolutely amazing. Now, tell us about your recent works that you have done and that are fresh and right at your heart.
Okay, right now, my recent work is Jangano, Season 1. I was the director, I was the composer, and I was also the lead actor. It was a lot of work, but I'm grateful that it came out the way we wanted it, and I'm also grateful for the team that we had. It's just one of the best.
Absolutely fantastic to hear of those works. So tell us about the fusion, how you go about the music vis-a-vis the movie aspect. How do you strike a balance at the end of the day?
All right. When it comes to making a film, one thing that I learned is the music always contributes. I've seen great music contribute to the performance of an actor. So the way I do it, mostly I write with music in mind. Mostly I actually listen to music when I am writing. so that it inspires me to write. It inspires me to create great set pieces.
What kind of music do you enjoy listening to?
Mostly it's orchestral music. I listen to orchestral music, those hybrid drums, those huge score in popular movies. That's my thing when I'm writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you take us into how exactly you go about, the writing of some of this content? What does it entail? What actually happens behind the scenes? Because more often than not, we talk about people writing movie scripts, people writing, music, and how exactly does it play out? What actually goes into it?
Okay, writing is something that also comes from inspiration, especially music. There's no piece that can be made these days that didn't come out of somewhere. So when you listen to a lot of things, when you listen to a lot of music, in your mind it creates something which is unique. But then when you lay it down, when everyone hears it, it sounds like it's something new. But really, it's a lot of inspiration from a lot of things that just comes to you. And with the fusion of some of the personal experience or some of the things that you might be going through or someone might be going through, it turns out to be a good story or a good film.
So in essence, what you're saying is that the experiences that one has pretty much form the basis of one's inspiration. You cannot go beyond your level of exposure. It's pretty much what you have experienced and what you have imagined in your mind and what you have encountered in the navigation of your journey that pretty much forms how you get to be in the art segment. Now, in just 30 seconds, what are your future plans?
Well, my future plans is to create one of the biggest African music studio, because here in Zimbabwe we don't have a huge studio. So my biggest plan is to create a studio where music can be made. Zimbabwean music can be made for Zimbabwean film and for films all over.
And for the rest of the world. Welensky Kaseke, filmmaker as well as a musician, joining us, of course, on Morning Rush.
Konapo, ipapo, ba ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.